So here we are in Port Alberni. These are the neighbors. I've been spending most of this week building this fence for the Ryding family. Well, the young arm of the family. And this is the front entrance. And I'm quite pleased with it, of course. It's a nice entrance. 6x6s with post caps and reflectors and double rail until sort of round the corner kind of thing. I had a shortage of rails on this job due to supplies, but that looks good. I decided to make them horizontal rails instead of my usual way of following the flow of the top wire with the land, because as you'll see that the house is quite angular. This is my new sign that I've put on there, which the customers can take off when they get fed up with. But it's got the QR code, which I think is great fun. Even if nobody else knows it, it's more, lots of people don't know what it is. And you see, we went up the property at an angle because we made a line along here that was going to go through the, I've actually dug out and replaced all the ferns through there, but the neighbor over here complained that it was on the road allowance, which will never ever be used. But anyway, that's the front. Beautiful view of the mountains across the Port Alberni Valley. Yeah, nice. And then this side comes up very close to the neighbor's septic field. And that's the senior arm of their Ryding family over here, the neighbors. And they sold some land or gave some land to their daughter to build a house as part of their 5 acres. And look at the bling I've put in the corner and along wherever I can. Bling is directly proportionate to the amount of chocolate chip cookies and treats and coffee and kindness that I'm given on the job. I think there's a lot of bling on this one. I had to, doing horizontal rails is fine, but I don't really like to jump them up too often, so I tend to find a line I like, because you have to know not only where is it starting but where it's finishing and work out a pleasing line. I have to say, the other problem with this one, there's the house by the way, and you can see the angles, and I've used them in the fence to reflect the angular nature of the house. And one of them, the angles that I like, is the property line and onto the easement, right of the laneway. And then the other one I've used is this line on the left of the gate is in line with the house, and the gate is in line with the house the other way. And yeah, makes for a nice, pleasing fence. So the gate's indented. It's an 8-foot gate. It was going to be 16, but it just seemed too big. Yeah, the other problem here was that the house was going to be lower, but it was bedrock underneath. And when I heard that, I was like, oh no. And sure enough, we couldn't get the posts along the laneway to go make a bigger fence because of the bedrock. So we had to completely change our plan, with the front issue and now with the back issue. So we devised this plan here, which actually worked out really nicely. This comes up to the house at an angle and is going to have another 4-foot gate, which I've drilled holes for, and if I'm coming this way, I'll bring it. But yeah, nice pleasing angle, and then ready for a 4-foot gate, but I've put mesh stapled up. Yeah. The house is absolutely beautiful. Everything is top quality. And I knew it had to be as good a fence as I could do to go along with it. We'll go around the back of the house and I'll show you what we did with the other 8-foot gate of that pair. We decided to put it here. They have a Kubota tractor and it can be used for this. The bit on the left I filled in. I couldn't join into that metal easily. Excuse me, just need to find some zap straps, or I could put another 4-foot gate there. They're not very expensive, and that would allow access to the heat pump easily and just fill in that gap, because then you put the hinge side on the right here and then it can just swing against the drain pipe and hook onto something to keep it closed. The ground was very hard on this side. There's a nice interesting angle again down to the front gate. Erin helps me put the post up and look how straight they are. Amazing. Triangle, dangle, cling. Yeah. Bit more playing around here. I just cut up all the scraps and use them wherever it looked like it would be fun. Yeah. I'm done. It's been 4.5 days and I feel like I've been beaten with a rubber hose. I really put my all into my work and making things arty. Look at that. Up here on the deck. I love how this turned out. I like the indented gate. Yeah. And the way it goes down the property, and you can just see the mountains and the entrance over there. There you go.